Thank you for the tea. In my second year as a nun, I realized this and I shared with Thầy. I said, dear Thầy, I know that if I ever leave the monastic life, it would not be because of money or fame. It would not be for money or fame, but it would be because of my desire, of my sentiment that I would leave the monastic life. And I know that would be the biggest mistake that I make in my life. I don't think Thầy said anything. Thầy is a very good listener. Many times when I share something with him, he would just listen. He would just allow me to hear myself. And I've learned that more and more to be there for others. When brothers, sisters come to me, or lay friends during retreats, when they ask me for consultation, for advice, I usually would spend the first hour or so to just simply listen, to be able to feel you're listened to. That's very special, because sometimes that's all we need, to just hear ourselves. Somebody is there to witness that. I remember one day when I went to visit Thay's hut, and as we were sitting at the dining table, I saw a little tiny mouse, and I was quite concerned. You know, fresh out of my medical training, I was very weary about the hygiene conditions in Plum Village. And so, anyway, I was a work coordinator at that time, and I had something made like a cabinet, made right away, so that to put the dishes in to keep it clean for Thầy. But I also wrote a letter to Thầy, something. I say, when I saw that little mouse, I realized that it's there, but also if we leave the food out, the things open, then we tempt it. Just like if I have this, romantic sentiments, this weakness, but if I do not protect myself, then I will be more tempted and I will tempt others. But if I know how to protect myself, then it does not have to be. And Thầy was very happy with my sharing, that I could draw a parallel from that situation. And I remember one time we went to a retreat in Germany, and I saw a young man, and I was quite attracted to him. And he was there to see Thầy quite regularly. And on the last day, before we left, he was there talking with Thầy. And Thầy was sitting just right there. And I was here, and he asked me, because he had been smiling, being very nice to me this whole week. And then he said, could you write down your name for me? And at that moment, I was really aware of our energy. And I still wrote down my name to him. And then he left. Thầy just recognized, didn't say anything. But when he left, and I was in in the room with Thai. Thai was sitting on the rocking chair, and I was sitting by Thai's feet. And I said to Thai, I said, Thai, you were there, and I could not even protect myself. And I was crying so hard because I was really ashamed. I mean, it was nothing big, but still I saw how I could be pulled away. And Thai was just quiet. And since I had nothing to wipe my tears and snots with, and Thai was wearing his OI jacket, and I literally just pulled his OI jacket and just wiped my tears and my nose on Thai's jacket, and he just let me be. No, for a long time, and in the end, when I calmed down, Thai just said to me, you know that young man, he's handsome, he's rich, but that's not what you want, is it? That's not what you want. That's all Thai said. And again, I have reminded myself. I'm sharing this because I know I have many young brothers sitting next to me. The temptation will arise. But we have to ask ourselves again and again, is that something I want? All the way to 2011, during the US tour, we were in Colorado. And I said to Thai, my elder sister, at that time, Sister Jewel, I said, Sister Jewel and I, we are very fortunate. We are so happy with the practice, and we are also happy to be able to offer service to people. And yet, I still feel that I have this grasping, this fantasy in my mind that I'm not able to let go. I'm so thankful that I can be so honest with Thai. And Thai just looked at me and he said, Dang Im, you cannot catch fish with two hands. You cannot be a doctor and an artist at the same time. That's all they said. You can't catch fish with two hands. It means you try to catch this fish and another fish with both hands, That's a saying in Vietnamese. This was all Thai said. But it has taken until Thai had a stroke. Thai had a stroke. And every time when I had this feeling arising, this attraction arising, I just breathe with it and I just pray. And it took a long time because in the beginning, I actually didn't want that feeling to go away. Something about it was actually exciting. I literally believed for so many years in my life, if I did not have an attraction for somebody, my life would be very boring. For some reason, I really believed in that. It would take all its colors and flavors away or something. And but when Thai was sick, I just looked more deeply into that. And I began to pray, maybe a little bit sometime before that. I just pray, help me to let go of this grasping, because it never brought me happiness. When my partner passed away, I thought I would just die. I was so desperate. Surely because I loved him, surely because he was my soulmate. But it also took away all the hopes I had for my life. Because I felt if I became successful, if I had a loving partner, then all my past suffering would be compensated. But nothing guaranteed that. I wasn't happy even though I was a doctor. I had a loving, faithful, awesome partner. And then he just disappeared, just like that. So I know again and again and again, another person would not be the answer to my happiness. it is I who have to learn to be my own soulmate. You know, in Chinese, there's the word soulmate, Di Kei. Di means to know, to remember. Di, to know, to remember, to master. And Kei means oneself. A soulmate is not somebody who's out there that we seek, we search, but a soulmate is one who knows, who remembers, who masters himself, herself. And that is what we have a chance to do when we are spiritual practitioners. We learn to be our own soulmates, to be there for what was, what is, what will be. And when we can do that for ourselves, simultaneously, we can also be soulmates for our siblings. For many friends who come to us, we can love very deeply without grasping. We can love and have freedom and ease. And not that when we love and it's a market and it's chaotic in our hearts, in ourselves. And when we have that pull towards somebody, I don't know, you can look at your mind, but I see my mind right away. And one time when I was in the car with Thai, and the driver, a brother who was driving in the front, and then I was sitting in the back with Siko, Yang Kong, and another sister. And I actually had a fantasy. And as I thought about this person, it was so amazing. I thought, wow, if I leave my monastic life, it appeared to me what kind of clothing I would wear. Amazing. And then I thought, then I would have to go back to be a doctor to make money. I would need to be quite successful to afford a life, right? And then the thoughts just arose by itself. The kind of food, the kind of dining I would have, the kind of bed I would have. And then for a moment, I thought, wow, that's the 5 sensual pleasures right there, right? That's the sex, the money, the sex, the fame, the food, the sleeping. Those 5 days just arose in my mind automatically within like a split of a second. And I was like, whoa, I never thought of it in that light before, but here it was, just took place naturally, automatically in my mind. And however noble, pure, wonderful we may think our love for somebody can be, that attraction, if it's an attraction to somebody, I guarantee these 5 sensual pleasures would arise in our mind. We just have to be very honest and open with ourselves to be able to say, to see that, and then to realize, is that what I want? Can I catch fish with both hands? I want freedom. I want peace. I want to live all beings, and at the same time, I want somebody just all mine, especially just for me. Is it what I want? What really I want? Let us enjoy a sound of the bell together.